Autism is a neurological disorder that a person is born with. It is often considered the invisible disorder because many persons with autism can appear quite normal. Autism affects the way a person socializes and sees the rest of the world around them. It affects their communication, it affects their learning. It is normally diagnosed in the first 5 years of life, and a person with autism is autistic for life. They have to cope and learn to cope with the challenges that they normally face in terms of communication and socializing, and they react differently to the things that we take for granted around us. It is a disorder that is on a spectrum. They go from mild to severe, or as it is termed now, level 1 to level 3, where some are mildly autistic in terms of their ways of learning, and some can be highly intelligent, some may not speak. Because this is a neurological disorder and the brain, it is affecting the brain, it can be so many different ways. No two persons with autism are alike because it's such a difficult disorder to piece together and to understand. So it is just up to us to be more aware as to those persons around us and learn how to integrate them into our lives.
As a teacher of children with autism, it can be a bit challenging at times due to the nature of their disability. But the kids that I have, because of a lot of interaction and group activities, they are more receptive to one another. They are quite friendly, so they interact with one another and play a lot. But at times there can be challenges, especially with attachment issues. Most of them are attached to either a toy or a book, or even a toothpaste cover. Having the children engaged is a major challenge because our children are quite energetic, especially those with autism. They are always seeking and craving that sensory input, whether from spinning or rolling on a ball, rolling on the ground, flipping. So getting them engaged to actually sit and do activities can be challenging without the assistance of some extra help in terms of teachers' aides or assistant teachers within the classroom setting.
Today we are actually having a little Easter fun for the students, where it started off with the staff would have hidden eggs around the compound, and in 2 groups of juniors and seniors they had to go look for the Easter eggs, and they were rewarded because inside the egg had a little treat.
Which we will classify as somebody who's autistic. One of our best workers, he has been here for the past, I would say, 6 years. He does everything like his average normal person. A quite good worker, diligent in sense of punctuality. He's here on time in front of most of the other staff members. He does his work, the days from 8 to 4, 8:30 to 4:30. He starts his day, his break time, his lunch time. We have no problem with him. It was a challenge at first to accept him, but after he came and interacted with the membership, he came in fine and he's doing quite well, and we really love Kevin as a person in the job.
Excellent worker. You just have to take your time with him and explain everything what you're about to do, and he will understand what you're about to do. One thing, he's very punctual and he know what he about. You don't have to tell him nothing. He know when he come the next day what it is to do.
In terms of the production you're seeing in the showroom that we have here, Kevin is the main person to get these as neat and as shiny as possible. He does all the finished work within all these products that we have in the showroom. So without Kevin here, we have a little challenge of getting things as neat and as clean as possible. So he's a really integral part of the operations at Tobago Glass.
Horatio Foster, but he's known to us here in Color Hall as Bingy. Right? He's a guy I came to understand that he's autistic, but to me that doesn't take away from his confidence. Every evening as a rule he's here on the field. He's welcomed by every member of this community, old to young. He's even involved in whenever we have sweats, when we have training, he's also there involved. I mean, sometimes if we are doing some fine tuning for games, he might be helping us along with, getting equipment and so on. However, he has a great love for football. I could just give one instance. One time we were just taking a sweat and I decided to have him a 2-on-2, myself and Horatio against two other guys, and we won. He's a guy that understands football, even despite his limitations, he understands the role and his roles and function in football. And we just, I always wish that in Tobago we have a system in place so that these special youngsters could even have an opportunity to express their skill with spectators, the parents, the family. Because around the world there's room in sport nowadays. There's room for even the children with special abilities.
We are committed to improving lives of persons with autism in Tobago, and we are committed to making you more aware of our mission and vision, that is to really be the voice for the persons with autism in Tobago. We pray that, as persons here, that we will really make an effort to volunteer, to help, to just be aware of persons who are around us with this disorder, this invisible disorder that sometimes we can't recognize because people look so normal with autism that we don't realize that they have a challenge. And it is my heart that people will really become aware and to see how they can support and assist persons with autism. Persons with autism do have a very important part to play and can contribute to the society of Tobago and to the world. So lend your hands, lend your support, your finances, your energies as we in Autism Tobago work towards improving the lives of children and adults living with autism.